Hello YouTube, Gaming Goddess here with the review on Atelier Ayesha, the Alchemist of Dusk for the PlayStation 3. This is the 14th game in the Atelier series and the first in the Dusk series. This game also features a PS Vita version called Atelier Ayesha Plus, as well as a drama CD and novel based off the game. So let's get into the review. Basically, this is our typical Atelier RPG. The game progresses as the player gathers items in different areas, hunt monsters, and of course fuse the gathered items to make better items with alchemy. The player takes on the role of our game's main character, Ayesha, who is actually a lot older than I thought. And just like most Atelier characters, she can be a little clueless and clumsy at times. Aside from that, her outfit is cute, and she's the first character I didn't make pass out when synthesizing. First, let's go ahead and take a look at the world map. As the game's story progresses and the player explores more places, new areas will open up on the map. While on the map, the player can see the delivery marks as well as other characters. To travel from one location to the next, it will take a set number of game days to get there. Occasionally, a certain day in a certain area, Ayesha will be stopped with an in-game event on the map. The player can also find flyers on the map. Now let's stop in a town and see what there is to do. The player will be able to access the cauldron in each town provided in the game, so that way they won't have to travel all the way back to the workshop every time they want to synthesize. Each town is different in its own way. Some are bigger than others, but all will have NPCs that need something delivered to them. By talking to random NPCs, Ayesha can receive memory points. Not all NPCs can interact with Ayesha though. The NPCs with a delivery bubble above their head will want some type of item. We can think of this as a whole bunch of side quests. These are jobs that are not 100% necessary, but the player will receive money and memory points. The memory points are important because we need them to write in Ayesha's journal. Every time a new topic is available, the player can use the memory points to get extra bonuses as well as a summary of the story so far. Shops are pretty important as well. Each shop will contain different recipe books as well as materials and limited items. Every time a player buys something from a shop, the shop will gain experience points which will cause the shop's level to increase. Moving on to the field. This is where the player can gather and hunt down monsters. In each area, the player is given a task to complete, and honestly, these tasks aren't too difficult. When you complete these tasks, Ayesha will receive memory points. Gathering in the game was a little weird at first. The player has to press the X button in the gather spot and continuously press the X button to gather all the items in that spot. I know in the previous Atelier games that I've played, a little box will show each item and the quality of the item. Yes, it's weird, but at the same time, I kinda like this feature in the game. It's pretty cool and it's something different. And now the moment everyone's been waiting for. The battle system. On the field, if a monster touches Ayesha, this can result in the enemies having the advantage. If the player is able to hit the monster first, then Ayesha and her two party members will have the advantage. The battles are turn-based, and the distance the characters have with the enemies has an effect on the battle. On the right side of the screen, the player can easily see whose turn is next as well as where the game will place the characters depending on the type of attack that's being used. The party members can all support each other by defending or performing a follow-up attack. Also, Ayesha is the only character in this game that can use items. At the end of a battle, the player will be rewarded with experience points, money, and items. So that pretty much covers the general gameplay, or at least the important aspects of the game. Now let's go ahead and take a closer look at the graphics and audio in this game. First off, we are given the 3D models, which isn't anything new with the Atelier series at this point. Of course, the graphics are real smooth, which flows really nicely through the game. During my playthrough, I didn't come across any graphical errors or glitches. When a special in-game event is triggered, the player will sometimes get a CG image. This is similar to a visual novel. The audio in this game features some English voice acting, which sounds pretty good in my opinion. Of course, a lot of the characters are voiced by some pretty popular voice actors that any video game fan or anime fan might recognize.
I thought that perhaps this place...
This game also features a lot of instrumental background music like most JRPGs. The one thing that this game had that other Atelier games didn't was actual songs being sung.
I never thought I'd see you in a place like this. So
Of course, this only happens during a certain scene during the game, but I still like that it's there. Now let's take a look at the pros and cons. First, some pros would include a cute main character, a decent story, good voice acting, amazing music, an easy battle system, beautiful art style, and the game isn't too long but it's long enough to enjoy. As for the cons, traveling takes a certain amount of in-game days, and when on the field, every time you fight or gather, it will also take days away from the actual game. Overall, I like the Atelier games for what they are. Simple, fun, and cute. I know it isn't everyone's forte, but in all honesty, if you gave it a chance, you might end up liking it too. The game gives the player 3 game years to accomplish the main goal of the game, and you may or may not get to see everything or even get to the final boss in the game. I know for a fact that I don't always get a good ending or even the true ending the first time I play these types of games, but I always have fun going back and doing different things the second or third time around. One feature in this game that I absolutely loved was the treasure contest. I don't really know why I liked it so much, but the first taste of victory was really exciting for me. If you haven't played this game already, go ahead and give it a try. If it's not for you, I completely understand, but my overall rating for Atelier Ayesha is a 7 out of 10. Like I said, the story is decent for what it is, but it's not my favorite out of all of the Atelier games that I've played. This has been a Gaming Goddess review. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. It helps me help you guys find awesome JRPGs. Also, leave me a comment with your opinion of this game, or if you have any other game that you would like to see me review next. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep on gaming.
Sa mo